Okay. So I'm streaming there. I'm streaming here and I'm streaming here. I can move this across. Okay. Right. Oh, it started. Am I live already? Yeah, it says I've been live for 1 minute 40. Okay, let's go live on the other two. Hello, everybody. I'm super excited. I've got 3 cameras going here, so bear with me. So we are live. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Instagram. We're live on Facebook. Hello, everybody. I'm so excited today. It is the launch, second launch of my program, The Adventure Zone, which is a program that I launched early this year, and it's all about manifesting. Hello, everybody. So yeah, it's all about manifesting and taking your manifestation to the next level. Now, in the Adventure Zone, what we do is we go through quests through each round, and we do those quests, and the quests are designed to take you through very different stages to be able to manifest what it is that you want, right? Whether that is more abundance, whether it's a relationship, whether it is, whatever it is that you want, any kind of an experience that you want. And so we're relaunching. There's $250 off. If you'd like to join, you can check it out on my website, behealing.com. If you've got any questions about it, let me know, and I'll answer them as we go through this live. So, streaming, I'm just pulling some cards out at the moment. Streaming in 3 locations right now, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Let's see what the guides want to tell us about. 4 of Pentacles. This is a message for everybody about holding your energy back. Some of us are so generous and loving, and we read religious or spiritual things that say it's all about gratitude and about giving and things like that. But our energy is sacred. Our energy is very sacred, and we do need to hold our energy back. It's all about balance, right? And so those of us that are loving and giving, we tend to give way too much. To balance ourselves up, we need to start holding energy back to balance that up. So especially it's our spiritual power, right? Keeping things to yourself, allowing yourself to receive even more instead of thinking that you need to give even more to prove worthy. It's that kind of thing. And then we've got the King of Pentacles, which is all about our mastery of abundance. Now, abundance to me is source energy. It's love, and it's money, and it's opportunities, and it's good times, and it's joyful coincidences, synchronicities. It's everything, right? Nature is very much involved. In fact, nature, it's easy to receive from, right? But also, yeah, all kinds of abundance. So being open to that and mastering that. Now, what I've found myself, and it's a giveaway that I'm going to give today, anyone that is signing up today, they're going to win. Well, they're going to get freebies because it's the first day of the launch, of the second launch, of course. And so the freebies are a private reading with me. And so that's usually $197, a private reading with me. But you're going to get one of those free if you sign up today. Second is an incantation. Now, this is something to stand in your power and to bring abundance your way. And so I will send that to you as well. It's the personal one that I use. I've done it just before I did this live as well. And it's very powerful. And it really speaks to this mastery of our abundance and this Four of Pentacles, wanting more for ourselves, right? Especially these days, right? We have got a shift going on at the moment, you might have noticed. We're moving from a paradigm, a dimension, a collective consciousness where pretty much those that were willing to control, coerce, manipulate, were receiving the very most. And a lot of us have realized that that's not fair. We don't want that anymore. We want a different kind of an experience. And so that collective consciousness shift is moving the energies toward those that want to take care of the earth, those that want to take care of people, right? But in order for us to make that shift, we need to each play our part in that. And this is what this is talking to here. We need to start standing in our power, right? And so it's not naturally going to come to us. Hey, Lemon. Hey, Natalie. Good to see you both. So hey, Michelle. So I'm live like in 3 places here. I've got Instagram, I've got Facebook, and I've got YouTube up there. Wow. And then we've got the King of Cups coming out as well. So the King of Cups is all about love as well, receiving love. So yeah, once we learn how to stand in our power, and that takes a lot of inner work to do, because we've got to learn that it's okay to stand in our power. We've got to give ourselves permission to stand in our power, right? What I used to find, right, when I was manifesting things, or just when I was praying, when I was asking for things, is I had this like very meek, mild kind of, I would really love it if, you know? And I've changed completely, because I found that doesn't manifest things for me. What manifests for me is when I stand in my power and I claim things and I command things to happen, which sometimes only happens once I get to the point of being so annoyed that stuff isn't happening for me, that suddenly I get in my fire energy and then I start declaring things like, this is not fair, I deserve this. And once I'm in that fire energy, things start manifesting for me. And so I realize I shouldn't only manifest, of course. I shouldn't only manifest when I get to that point, right? And so now what I do is every single morning I do this incantation, and that's what I'm going to share with you today. Anyone that signs up for the Adventure Zone today is going to get my personal incantation that I do every morning to get me in that energy, that manifestational energy, because it is so powerful. And once I wrote it out and started doing it, my energy changed completely. I'm telling you. Anyway, that's an aside. That's a freebie for anyone that signs up to the Adventure Zone today. So the Adventure Zone, what is it? It's a program. It's a membership program. You have access to it for life once you're joined up. And probably 2 or 3 times a year, I'm going to be going through a live round with everyone that's in there. So we have the first intake that came in, I think it was the end of February that I first launched it. And it took us 2 months, 2.5 months to get through it live. And so you do the quests throughout it. Now these quests, they're to take you through a process, right? Because it's not enough just to learn this stuff. We need to actually do it. We need to actually put it into practice. And so there's quests, there's guided meditations to listen to, there's things for you to do. And some of them might take you a week, some of them might take you a day. But the process is to open your mind, open your consciousness to the field of potentiality. This is stuff you've heard before, I know, and it's stuff that I'd heard before as well. But finding a way and a process to put it into practice is really powerful. Hi, Julie. So if you want to read more about it, go to my website, behealing.com. Anyone that signs up today, being the first day of this second launch that I'm doing, will get a free reading with me worth $197. You'll get $250 off because the price is down for this launch as well. And then, what else? Oh, the incantation. My personal incantation that I do, which I'm going to send to you. And if you want to do that yourself, and if you want to like change the details in it, and you can see what I use, and it works. You'd like to ask if your ancestors have something to tell you. Yeah, let's get some cards out. If anyone else has a question, I'll pull some readings. And so this is why we go through the Adventure Zone live as well, is because I do live shows. We have this private Facebook group for all the adventurers in there. And as we go through it, in the first round, I did a live after every single quest, and that was a little bit of overkill. So it's going to be after each stage that we're in that I will do a live. Especially, no, probably for every quest in the Foundation Zone, because that's where you might need more of my help, right? And I use all of the skills that I've got, my energy healing skills, my reading skills, in those live shows after you've done the quest, to get it like signed, sealed, and delivered, so that you've fully completed that quest. All your questions are answered, and you've got all the information from readings with me that you need in order to proceed to the next quest, right? And this is all about shifting into another dimension. It is about becoming the person to shift into the dimension where you've already got what it is that you want. And I just want to share, while I'm shuffling the cards for Michelle here, I just want to share with you something that happened to one of the first adventurers. So, first adventurers, I think it was end of February that I launched this program. A few people signed up and we went through the first round, and one of them wanted to manifest not just a relationship. She'd already done the manifesting of finding a relationship, but she wanted to get married, right? And I was doing like two live shows a week, and she came to every single one, fully invested. And we went through all the different stages of the Adventure Zone, the different zones in there. And there's some point that she stopped coming to them, and it was really strange, because like she was the customer that was always there. And I thought, that's interesting. Anyway, after we finished the first round, it was within a few weeks, I suddenly saw her announcing that she got married. And so that's how fast it works. That's how fast this stuff works. So don't underestimate it, because what we're not doing is we're not manifesting things into the realm that we're in at the moment, the dimension that we're in at the moment. That's not what we're doing. We are changing our energy, changing ourselves in order to move into the dimension where that thing already exists. So that's when we claim that energy, right, and then move into it. And it's just like a specific process to go through in order to get that to happen. So Michelle would like to know if her ancestors have something to tell you. Yes, I've got 3 cards for you. First card is the Star. Hopes, dreams, wishes. 2 of Swords, you don't know about it. So you're questioning. They're saying that you're questioning what you should want. Now, why do we question what we want? We question what we want because we think that we should be able to wish for things and get them, right? And so we wish for things, and then it doesn't happen, it doesn't manifest, and then we get all disappointed about it, and then we start questioning ourselves, maybe I shouldn't have wanted that thing, maybe it's a judgment on me, maybe I'm asking for the wrong things, that kind of thing, Michelle. And so the world is their suggestion. It's to turn it around. It's the Wheel of Fortune, not the world. It's to turn that around, right? The Wheel of Fortune is about fate and it's about luck. We have our own power, we have free will, and we also have a higher self that knows better than us as well, right? And it's almost like we have this life path set out by our higher self in the universe that knows what's best for us, and then our human selves, we can choose the details about it, like how we'd like that, in what environment that we'd like that, with whom we'd like that, and all of those things. So your ancestors, Michelle, are saying, be more sure about what it is that you want. Allow yourself to want what it is that you want. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, another thing too, if anybody listening to this is worried about that, about their wishes not coming true, and you get that defeated feeling, like, It's like getting disappointed because it didn't show up. You think it's not showing up at all, when really it's just not showing up in the time frame that you thought it would do. And so it's like we're quick to get to that disappointed kind of a feeling, aren't we, sometimes? Which there's nothing wrong with that. We can allow ourselves to be disappointed. It is disappointing. It's disappointing when we don't get our wishes met. But we don't need to make that mean that it's never going to happen, right? Oh, thank you, Annie. I'm good, thank you, Lisa. Annie, let's have a look. Yeah, so we don't need to make that mean that we're never going to get it, right? It just hasn't happened yet. And if you can stay in that mindset, it'll help you out. So, Annie, tired of the manipulative friend you bought a house with. She's not paid me a deposit back, no house maintenance, ignores my solicitor's letter, then goes posting shit on Facebook about me. Oh no. So childish, yes. Annie, would you like a card about that? Can help you with that, you know. Now, it's often a sign of not standing in our power when we get into situations like that, right? It's not like you could have turned it around. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that when we are not standing in our power, when we don't allow ourselves to want what it is that we want, to claim what it is that we want, to stand in our power, right? And do what it is that we want and say no to people and stuff like that. When we're of that energy, we will let people into our lives that we shouldn't really let into our lives, right? Or we'll let them have these behaviors because we're being too nice, right? Just like my manifestation stuff, I realized that I was being too nice, and there's no need to be so nice. There is no need to be so nice. The universe isn't saying like, oh, I need you all to be nice, otherwise I'm not giving you anything. It doesn't at all. It likes us to be in our power. Imagine it from a higher self point of view, right? Higher selves trying to take care of us, trying to look after us, trying to get us what we want. And if we are going around like a victim and not standing up for ourselves and allowing all kinds of things to happen to us, so much work, there's so much more work for our higher selves to do. One, to try and protect us from stuff. Two, to try and teach us not to do that and to be empowered instead, right? And so it's like we need to help ourselves as much as we can so that our higher selves can get on with the higher level stuff, right? The higher level stuff. So, yeah. I'm sorry to hear that, Annie. But here's some cards for you. Page of Swords. People noticing your energy. So the Page of Swords is when someone's looking at you, right? Page of Swords. Somebody's noticing you, noticing your energy. Who notices our energy when we're being super nice and when we are loving and giving? Well, everyone does. Everyone does. But who particularly pays attention to that? I'll tell you who. It's the people that want to take from people. It's the people that want to manipulate. And if you're handing it to them on a plate, they don't even need to manipulate you. It's like, oh, this one is a sucker, right? This one's a sucker. Not only are they a sucker, but they're not even going to challenge me when I do stuff wrong, so I don't even have to try. This one's just going to be nice to me and give me stuff, right? They know that. They've come across plenty of us that do that. I know. I was one of those people. But I'm not anymore. I recognize their energy now and I stand in my power. I just don't let people like that in my life. And at first it kind of sucked to be in that negative mindset. You know, I didn't want to be that person. I didn't want to have to look out for red flags all the time and think the worst of people. But I tell you what, you need to do it. You need to do that. You need to allow yourself to be real in that kind of way and stop thinking that everyone is as beautiful and wonderful hearted as you are. You see, it's only when you can protect yourself from the energies that are actually here on this planet and stand in your power that the universe will say, oh, now she's ready for the good people. And then it can match you up with the good people. So something to think about. You also got 2 other cards. Oh, Annie, you got the Empress and the Knight of Cups here as well. Knight of Cups is about forward movement, sometimes about romance, but it's about forward movement with your heart, what your heart wants. Your heart wants to be around people that are just like you. And we want to get with people that are just like us. And the universe says, not until, like we can hide away from the rest of the world and just be with nice people, and then we don't need to deal with anything. The universe says that's not what you came here for. You came here to learn, and you will be around those things and those people that you really want to be around, yes, but first you need to learn your lessons first, right? Anyway, as I said, first of all, I didn't like it. I didn't like noticing the red flags and all of that. But I learned to do it, and I learned to get real. And eventually it no longer felt like I was being negative anymore. Because I'm not. I'm just like noticing what people are like, and it's okay for them to be like that. But they're not going to be in my life. Or if they are, some of them can, like they can be manipulative, but they're not going to manipulate me. Like I don't let them in too far. And I wouldn't give to them, I'd say no. So Annie, if you can become the Empress here by mastering all of these things. You see, the Empress is the queen of all queens. She learns these lessons and she masters these lessons. And that's when you're going to get your heart's desires. But for now, people are noticing your energy, you see? And people, the worst people are drawn to the brightest of energy. The brightest of energy that don't have boundaries. So it's time to empower yourself and have boundaries, Annie. If anyone else has got questions, then let me know. You're welcome, Michelle and Annie. I've got my coffee this morning. So yeah, this is all about the launch of my Adventure Zone program. You can read all about it on my website, behealing.com. Anyone that signs up today in these first 24 hours of the launch will also get a private reading with me worth $197. You'll also get $250 off because the price is reduced at the moment for this launch. For the full program, you get lifetime access to it, and I will also share with you my personal private incantation that I do every morning. I did it this morning, and I'll give you a little bit of what I do. First of all, I like this candle. What does it say? It says it's a glass candle. Glass candle. Live your life. It's just a candle. And I use the candle to light these. Next, I light some sage. It was hard to put out today, so I've got various sages in here. I lit this one, and then I say, this is like, it starts out with a clearing and all these declarations and all of that kind of thing, because I have allowed way too many people in my life to walk all over me and do all kinds of things. And when you do that, when you pull your energy away, when you finally empower yourself and you move away from them, those people do not like it that you move your energy from them, right? And so they will have ill thoughts to you, often for a very long time, maybe forever, maybe until a dying day. Those people that don't do the work right, they hold on to these energies and then they project it at you, and it affects us. It affects our energy. And so this incantation, while I'm using the smoke, it is releasing all of that. It's sending it back to them, not to harm them, but for their learning. Sending these energies back to source, clearing it all out, protecting myself. I also hold my Lemurian crystal to my heart while I'm doing it too. And then all through that process, it's quite a long thing. It's quite a long thing. It doesn't take me long to do that. It'll only take a couple of minutes, but I speak it out loud. Interestingly enough, the first time I did it, my voice would close up. I had to clear my throat like 15 times the first time I did it. And then I left it a few hours, and then I did it again, and then I could speak it clearly then. But yeah, I do this every morning now. Then after that, I light some Palo Santo wood, and then there's more. That's in the like opening my energy up, and so then I'm talking about claiming the things that I want in my life and aligning with those energies, and so that's when I'm burning the Palo Santo wood. Then, and I'm holding this crystal to my heart the whole time. So this is why I light the candle, right? I light the candle so I can light the other things that I want to burn. And then right at the end, I use my tuning forks. You guys, I'm really into sound healing at the moment. I've got frozen shoulders from menopause. and they're getting way better now. I've got way more movement. But I'm very in tune with my body. And I was feeling like the frozen shoulder, when I'd get twinges and then my whole arm would go dead, just for like less than 60 seconds, but it was quite debilitating at the time. It hasn't happened to me for quite a few days now, that I'm realizing. But yeah, it's getting way better because of this. But it feels to me when my whole arm goes dead, it's like the fascia. It's like the fascia have seized up, right? Because I feel it right from my wrist right up to my neck when it goes. So it must be fascia because that's the only thing that covers that whole distance. And so I heard about sound healing, tuning forks and sound healing. I can't remember what the lady's called. Have you seen her? She was on a podcast. So I bought her book and I bought a load of tuning forks and I started using it. And you guys, you started using it for my shoulders. Let me just do it. Hey, Barbara. Hey, miss you. I'm on the Muay Thai. Oh, no. Thank you. Oh, no. What the hell? Disaster. I was on the wrong account on Instagram. It's a good thing you told me, hey? I wonder why it switched back. Hang on a minute. I'm just going to go live on Instagram again. Wow, it's a good thing she told me. That's crazy. Okay. Bear with me. Wow, I'm glad she told me. Yay! Now I'm live in the right place on Instagram. I am sure that I changed the account because I do the gym's account. I was just live on the gym's account and that's crazy. Okay, so sound healing. All these tuning forks. I've got some weighted ones and I've got these. So at the end of my incantation, I strike this. Yeah, sage. Get your sage out, Annie. It helps it. Hello. Hey, everybody. I just went live on Instagram on the gym's account. I didn't mean to do that. And so that's how I finish it off, because I've been using these what they call tuning forks for sound healing for my shoulders, right? And it really has helped, because my thought process was the fascia respond to gentleness, right? And what could be more gentle than sound healing? And sound healing, like any kind of vibration, especially sound. Hey, Joanna. It heals, right? So I'm reading this lady's book, and sorry, I can't remember her name now. The Biofield something she calls it. I don't know. Her book about the tuning forks and about the sound therapy and all of that. And you won't believe what I did. I'm 54, right? And when I was 23, I started running. And of course, I was in the UK, it was cold. And so I'm wearing trainers. I say that because I often run barefoot now on the beach. But I used to wear a toe ring on one of my toes. And in my trainers, when I went for a run one day, my toe ring went underneath my nail and it kind of pulled it up. And it really damaged it. It damaged the nail bed so that my nail was kind of sticking up. And my nail has never grown normally afterwards. Now, I went to a podiatrist in my 20s about this, and he said, oh, it's nail fungus. And I'm like, I don't think so. I think it's like, well, it happened when I was running. Why would it be fungus, you know? Anyway, he said it was that and told me to put this stuff on it, and it didn't clear up. And it's like, oh, no, it's not fungus. And I said, I know, it's growing upwards now. Like, I know when it happened. I told you how it happened. And he's like, oh, all we can do is take the nail off. Okay, so I didn't really much trust him after like getting it wrong the first time, you know. Anyway, my nail has always been like that. I have to file it down horizontally and all of that. I'm 54 now. That's a long time. It's a long time. It's like 30 years it's been like that. when I got these tuning forks, some of them got the weights on the end of it, and the ones that got the weights on the end of it, you can actually use them on the body. You can use these on the body, but the weighted ones you can use better on the body. It's like release my shoulders there. It really works. And while I was playing with my energetic body as well, of course. Like, I'm a healer, I'm an energy healer too. And so as I was playing with them, doing all kinds of things with it, I thought, I want to put it on my toe. And so I did put it on my toe. I just had a little talk with my toe. I wanted it to reset. You know, our bodies they know the original specifications, right? Our DNA knows it. It doesn't have to reproduce in a damaged way. It can reset back to its original default settings, you know, factory settings. And so that was the kind of chat that I was having with my toe at the time. And then I couldn't believe what happened. And it happened real fast, within a couple of weeks. Around the nail bed, my toe got a bit inflamed. If you've ever had like psoriasis or eczema, you know when it gets a bit inflamed and then the skin can start peeling off a little bit. It started like that, not for very long, just a couple of days. And then the nail started falling off. And then a new nail was growing underneath. And it's normal. The new nail is normal. And it blew my mind, and I don't know why it should blow my mind. I'm a healer. But I've never had such a significant healing like that before. Never. Like, not so instantly. So I incorporate my sound healing into everything that I do now. My personal stuff, you know. Of course, I've always used my smoke with Palo Santo and my sage. I'm also getting frankincense as well. And a little frankincense, USB frankincense burner too. I want to try using that in some of my energy healings as well. So that's cool. You listen to sound healing. Give it a go, Annie. You know what? These tuning forks, you can get a set of them and they're not expensive at all. And you can play around. You know, using it, you know, we have these toroidal fields. I can't really move that shoulder that well in that way, but we've got these toroidal fields around us, and like rings of a tree. As we get older, it tends to get bigger and bigger, and so what is nearest to us in our energy field is the recent stuff, and what's further away from us is, you know, our past, and it goes, you know, beyond our birth. And we can use the tuning forks in this toroidal field as well. I was using it for abundance for me as well. So how much we let in source energy, love, abundance, opportunities, you know, any kind of energy, good people, whatever it is. I can see energy, right? And so I close my eyes and then I can see it. So I was tuning into my toroidal field to see my receptive energy to abundance. And what I found was it was all crumpled on my left-hand side. So it's like a toroidal field, right? So it goes up through us and then out around us, all around us, like a big donut. And I was seeing it all crumpled on the left-hand side. And so I used the tuning fork and also get my guys to work on me too. And just kind of waving it around on the left-hand side to open that up to receiving. That's what I was asking for, my toroidal field open to receiving. You can do all kinds of things with it. And yeah, so I'm absolutely loving the tuning forks, and then I use them a lot. So, does anyone have any questions? Card pulls. I'm doing card pulls, by the way. Let's get another card out for the collective. And if you do want to join my abundance, what am I talking about? My brain's gone offline just for a moment. The Adventure Zone is my program that I'm launching. It launched back earlier this year. It is a series of quests in different zones to take you through a process, because it's not enough to learn about it, we need to actually do these things, to take you through a process that opens you up to the field of potentiality. To move everything out of the way that's getting in your way of that and open you up to that. Now, anything is possible in the field of potentiality. So once you're open to that, then you can start doing the fun quests of like specifying what it is that you want. And so this whole process, you go through this process, we do it live together. So you get to do the quest by yourself. Some of them will take you a few days, some of them will take you a week, some of them will just take you a day. Because some of them are like listening to guided meditations that I give you. But at the end of each section, each zone, I'll be going live to answer your questions, pull cards out for you, do the healing work on you, anything that is needed for you to complete that quest, you know, so that you can move on to the next zone. And yeah, it's really powerful. It is really powerful. The reason I put it into a program is because it's what I was doing for myself. And it's like, I've got to share this because this works. And it's the same with my incantation. I want to give that out as a freebie for anyone that signs up today to the Adventure Zone, because that's working for me too. And I want to, of course, give a freebie today of a free private reading with me. Oh, we got the Lovers. And that's another thing too, the Lovers. There is a lot going on with masculine and feminine energies at the moment with this shift that we've got going on. It's on a collective scale. So the environment that we're in is collective consciousness environment, right? Each of us manifests our own reality, but not really. The reality that we're in, the environment that we're in is an amalgamation. It's the collective consciousness, right? Has made the reality that we're in. But we get to choose which reality we're in. That makes sense. So the dimension that you're in is the dimension you're in because all the people that are in the dimension with you have a collective energy of how it is. And that's the environment that you're in. Now, if enough of us dream a new dream, want a different reality, change our minds, want different experiences, then we create that new dimension. And if we get aligned with it, fully believing in it, excuse me, then we shift into that dimension. And that's what the Adventure Zone is about. It is about shifting dimensions. It's a way to get you aligned with what it is that you want so that you can shift dimensions in the very practical way, nature of it. So after saying that, the collective dimension that we've been experiencing, let's call it old Earth, is patriarchal. Now, and we have been slowly kind of moving away from that, women getting more rights and all of that kind of thing, and are changing our minds about like what's taboo, what's not taboo, and speaking out more, allowing ourselves to do that. There's been all kinds of progression of us coming out of that. Yet we've still got a lot of stuff, haven't we, going on? It's almost like as we evolve, as a lot of us evolve, the ones that aren't, like dig the heels in even more and get even worse, and that's what we've got going on at the moment. And it's really affecting romance. It's really affecting romance at the moment. There's all this kickback, right? And it's hard not to listen to that. It's very hard not to listen to that kickback. Because it's often like our pain points, right? This is how algorithms work. Let's just get another card out about that, just for the collective, and then I'll, Joanna and Heartwriter, get you some cards out. If anyone else wants some cards pulling, let me know. The Fool, yeah, throwing ourselves into something. You see, the Fool starts something new, but you've got to go all in with the Fool. There's no guarantees. So with regards to love, a lot of us have been learning empowerment and learning how to say no, learning what the red flags are. I've started dating again. I met someone amazing a few weeks ago and started falling in love. We can't be together. He's not here. He was only here for a short time. Very much getting on with his own life now, as I am. But anyway, I thought I really enjoyed that. And so next. And I was chatting with this guy just the last couple of days, and I saw a red flag. Here, I'll tell you what it is, in case you need to spot this one too. I didn't prompt him saying this at all. We're just messaging each other. I didn't prompt him this at all, but I think it came from him being a bit insecure. he typed, I'm wanting to lose some weight. I put some weight on since quitting smoking a few years ago. Like, it wasn't in response to me saying anything at all. It was like a brand new subject, you know what I mean? And so my response to him was saying, have you got a plan to do that? And his response was, get a strong woman to sort him out. And that's when I stopped talking to him, because that's a huge red flag. That is somebody not wanting to take responsibility for something that is definitely his responsibility. And it's like, so he wants a woman to sort it out for him. If a woman sorts it out for him, he's going to blame her if it doesn't work. And it's just like, this is just another man-child. Like, I can see this, you know? I can see this. It's just another man-child. And so straight away, I'm like, nah. Him even mentioning it in the first place, I think, was insecurity. Because that's a weird thing to, like, admit to, isn't it? Up front. Anyway. Joanna, let's get a card out for you. So if anyone hasn't experienced my readings or anything before, this is why I'm doing it. Because in the Adventure Zone, we do live shows. We've got like a private Facebook group for all of the adventures. And I go live after each zone and sometimes after each quest. Depends if some are questier than other quests, you know what I mean? And so I can use my reading skills and my energy healing skills to help you all through the process. And we can do it as a group as well. Yeah, a big red flag, right? But I wouldn't have noticed that before. Years ago, me wouldn't have noticed that as a red flag. I would have been like, oh, have you tried this or have you tried that? Do you know what I mean? Wouldn't. Nah, just no way. There's just no way anymore. Joanna. Was it Joanna? Yes, Joanna. Joanna in Australia, you've got a message here. And it's about speaking out. Here you go. Page of Materials is when you dream something up. It's right at the start of a manifestation, right? Dreaming something up. And then 8 of Inspiration is about speaking it out. You have a block here, Joanna. A throat chakra block. It needs to be cleared. There's a fear about speaking out, perhaps about what it is that you want, or speaking up for yourself. Unwilling to do it. It's interesting this, you know, because you went on before when I explained this, but if anyone that signs up today for the Adventure Zone, I'm going to give them my personal incantation for abundance. I'm going to share that. Because what I noticed is when I'd ask for things from the universe, I would say, or write it down, it'd be something like, I'd really love it if I had this. And it was I felt the energy of it, and it was kind of like, oh, please, can I? Probably not, you know? It was that kind of an energy that was behind it. And it had this similar kind of vibe to it, like I wasn't speaking it out and claiming it. When I'm doing my energy healing work, I declare it. I'm commanding it. When I'm doing an energy healing on someone, I'm telling the guides what to do. Sometimes they tell me what to do too, or I'm watching them. But we're working together, and we are 8 of Inspiration. We're outspoken with each other about it. I'm not cowering. I'm not saying please. I'm not really, oh guys, I'd be really grateful if you could clear this from this. But I don't do that. I'm like, do this, do that. I am really clear and outspoken about it. Also with my guides too, like with the stuff that I've got going on, this work isn't the only spiritual work that I do in the Be Healing stuff. There is like grid work, there's earth work that I do. There is, the other night I was like shifting huge energies instead of sleeping. And for the collective, you know, and the whole time I'm declaring things, right? I'm not shying away from it. I'm not like, please, and I'll be really grateful if. I'm just not. And it's that power of command, right? That's being sovereign in our power and then commanding things. We've been taught like not to do that. We've been taught just be grateful and just like ask for things. This is saying, no, you need to start commanding it. You need to claim your voice and start commanding it. Now, you don't need to, I'm not talking about going around and like, oh, you do this for me. Start with the universe, But it could be about standing up for yourself too and speaking out. Okay, who's next? Heart Writer. Let's get you a card out. Heart Writer 101. What do you need to know? Is anyone still on Facebook? I can't believe that I went live on the gym's Instagram account. That's ridiculous. I'm just going to clearing that up very soon. Okay, Heart Writer. Nice. You got the Queen of Materials here. This is your energy. She's strong in her energy. She knows what she wants. Very focused on your success. This is her down here. That's a poster of her. In her power, just claiming it. Imagine making a poster of yourself like that. The image that you have of yourself inside, yes. Okay. Heart Writer. You're very strong within yourself. You by yourself alone. The way that you see yourself is correct and powerful and strong. But then you around other people, you don't have that same powerful energy. It's like, oh, I've got to shelter. I've got to just take that down a notch or two when I'm out there. I can't be this confident in front of other people. And because you do that, Night of Inspiration. It's like you stop the forward movement. This is exciting forward movement, but I'm getting that it's like this is suppressed when you're not being this all the time. So this is how it plays out for you. You're alone, you're doing your inner work. You're by yourself, you're focused on yourself, and you're feeling this powerful energy within yourself. And then you get out there amongst other people, and your energy diminishes. When you're by yourself, you feel like, this is going to happen. I'm getting these signs, this exciting stuff. It's manifesting, and it's all happening for me. Yay. And then you get out there, and you diminish yourself. And it takes all that wind out of the sails of that manifestation. You're going through these cycles of doing that. Almost getting used to each time being a little bit bigger energy and holding that energy instead of diminishing it when you're amongst other people. It just feels to me like there's no fast track to this, to clearing it. Being aware of it is useful. Yeah. But just try and hold that energy. There's something behind, there's something that needs clearing there as well, I feel. Of why you're doing that in the first place. Why is it not okay for you to be fully confident in yourself? I can give you a million reasons. Hey, Elaine. Hey, Kelly. If anyone wants some cards, then let me know. Who have we got? Why is YouTube so quiet? YouTube should be my biggest platform. YouTube doesn't show me to people. Clearly. Anyway. So yeah, I hope that makes sense, Heart Writer. There's a lot of reasons, right, that women have been told to be small and quiet. Be smaller, be smaller. No, be smaller, be even smaller than that. Yeah. So who can be blamed, right, for receiving that programming? Because that's all the programming that we've got. And yes, oh my, I remember like a few years ago there was a Today's Tarot show that I did, where I was telling some kind of a story, and I said that I was good looking in it. I don't know what the story is about. Anyway, wow, I got some hate comments from that, from guys that were very triggered by me owning, like knowing how I look. Like, what am I meant to do? Like, not know. So they were trying to put me down. They were trying to take me down because it wasn't okay to them for me to own that I know my energy and I'm confident in myself. It's not happened since, but yeah, we trigger. How can I put them? People with lack of self-esteem, right? It's about them. It's about them and how they feel. But it is challenging to ourselves as well because it feels like it's not safe, right? Not safe to fully stand in our power. Anyone else want some comments? So, I want to get some cards out for the collective again. I feel like there's more messages coming through. So I'm going to be going live over this weekend, sporadically, hopefully on the right Instagram account. Next time I might have Instagram down here, Facebook up there. Lulu. Oh, Lulu, the card started flying out once you said yes, please. So I think this one's for you. You do, Patricia, okay. So, Lulu first. Nice. Lulu, you have the Queen of Emotions and the Ace of Voices. Queen of Emotions and Ace of Voices. Queen of Emotions is all about opening up, being softer, receiving, allowing ourselves to receive. Very feminine energy card. And the Ace of Voices is a really interesting card because it is an aha that we have about ourselves that leads us in a new direction. You know when you suddenly realize something about yourself and it changes everything? And you might say to yourself, oh, I've got that thing going on, I'm not going to do that again, or something like that. There's an aha that you need to have about yourself here that is something that is within you that's blocking you receiving. Hey, Sherry. It's blocking you receiving. You need to open up to receiving. Were you here, Lulu, before when I was telling you about my tuning forks? I've been playing around with sound therapy. And I was tuning in, pun not intended, I asked my guys to show me in my mind's eye my receiving field, right? So we've got this big toroidal field around us, our electromagnetic being body. I wanted them in particular to show me my toroidal field with regards to receiving. And so I was showing it with my eyes closed. I can see these things. And it was all crumpled on the left-hand side. And the left-hand side is about receiving. And so I used this. Out on the left-hand side of my toroidal field. You can't see it there, but to just like move this tone. And this one is on. It's 174 hertz. It's one that I use a lot. I've got a lot of different tuning forks because I'm playing around with them. And there's another few that I use as well. But this one's the one I keep out. It's my favourite. And yeah, just to get that energy moving, you know. And that might help you too, that kind of thing as well. I use all my tuning forks now in all of the energy healings that I do. I've got so many different things that I use. Nobody's energy healing is ever the same. And so I've got a lot of tools that I use. But I'm incorporating the sound healing to each one now. Sometimes on a big level and sometimes on a small level. But that might help you out, just to shift that energy, and then something could come up for you, because this is definite. You need an aha. You need to realize something about yourself, and it will set you off to learn something about yourself that will put you on a new path, and it'll help you to receive. Thank you, Sherry. Patricia's up next, and then we'll get to you, Sherry. Patricia, what does Patricia need to know? So check out, please everybody, go to my website, behealing.com. Check out all about the Adventure Zone. This will be the second live round that we do of the Adventure Zone. You get lifetime access to it. And if you join up today, the first day of this, you will also get a private reading with me worth $197. You will get my personal incantation that I do. And you can use that, change it for what it is that you want, and use that too, because it works. You're welcome, Lulu. So, Patricia. Ooh, Patricia. Page of Voices. This is how other people see your energy. Can you tell me more about that, please? Oh, okay. How other people see your energy. What does that matter? Well, it does matter, because how other people see your energy is a reflection of, I'm not saying you need validation from other people, but it is validation in a way of how everything is responding to your energy. I'm not talking about listening to people that have no self-awareness, that are doing projection and all of that kind of thing. I'm not talking about that, but people in general can mirror back to us or give us an idea of how we're coming across, or the energy that we're holding. Often in fact, especially best friends and people can have a really clear vision of the energy that we're putting out, even if we can't see it ourselves. So that's what we're talking about. And the next card out was the Hanged Muse. And this is how other people get your energy is you're not consistent. You're not consistent, so they change their mind about you. It's Patricia's this. No, she's not. She's this. No, she's not. She's this. There's an inconsistency here. And I'm not saying inconsistency you say you're going to do things and then you don't. I'm saying an inconsistency sometimes you might be generous and sometimes you're not. It's probably not that in particular, but it's that kind of thing. It's they pinned you down in your energy and then you change it up on them. So why would you be fluctuating like that? So I needed to get another card, right? Queen of Voices. This is, okay. Queen of Voices is about boundaries. So you've been learning empowerment and boundaries, and sometimes you apply them and then sometimes you don't. Sometimes you go to your own old ways, which is probably codependency and being nice and being open. So maybe it is about generosity after all. And so people who are around you think that they know you, and then you switch it up. And when you switch it up, it might be, oh, she's suddenly got a boundary. What's all of that about? You see, when we're learning boundaries, when we first enforce boundaries, we tend to go overboard. We enforce a boundary long past it was due, and so it comes out a bit harsh. It comes out a bit a lot, a lot. I think that's just a natural part of boundary learning process until we get used to it and we enforce them in the moment. Do you know what I mean? We learn to do it faster and just be that, and that's when you'll come across as being congruent, and authentic, is when you just do it right away. You catch it right away instead of letting it go on and then noticing, oh, I've done that thing again, I'm in that pattern again, and then enforcing the boundaries. So that's all it's about. So yeah, people are noticing that, and they might have this reaction to you, not knowing where they stand with you as a result of it. And so it's more reason to be faster, be faster with your boundaries. Empowerment to me is about learning it so much, learning to spot these things in ourselves and in other people so much that you spot it straight away. Or practicing what you say, because a lot of it is about reactions, immediate reactions. Like, what do you say if someone's really rude to you, what do you say? It's got to be like a split-second thing, otherwise it's messy, isn't it? And so the more we practice it, the more we get practice of it, which isn't fun. Universe, it's not fun. Because when we're mastering these things, what does the universe do? Oh, let's give her plenty of practice. And that's not fun. But the more we practice it, the faster we'll get at it. Especially like, is that my example, someone's rude to you. What do you say to them? What's your response? Is it like to fawn, or is it just to like be quiet? Or do you like right back at you or something like that, I always used to freeze. I always used to be like, not say anything back. Now I retaliate straight away. And not retaliate to hurt them back, but to ask them, like, are you trying to hurt me? What did you say that for? It's more often a question that I put right back at them. Anyway, good luck with that, Patricia. I don't think there's any shortcuts to any of it. I think shortcuts and the 3 steps of this and all of that kind of stuff, it's just marketing hype. I think these lessons just have to be learned the way that we learn them. And we're all doing just fine. And it takes practice, and it's not a failing on our part. And if we could go easier on ourselves and allow ourselves to go through the process of these learning things, then it would be so much better. Sherry. Let's get some cards out for Sherry. Do you know what I mean? We don't want to add insult to injury, do we? We're going through these lessons and then we start beating ourselves up because it's like, law of attraction says I should be able to have like nice things all the time and not have to go through lessons. I can just bypass them. It's like, no, you can't. You can't now. And so when we start beating ourselves up because we didn't manage to find a shortcut, shortcuts are only for marketing. They don't exist. It's just to market an impossible dream, It's just to sell things. I am so honest that I can't do that, right? I can't make false promises and stuff like that in my marketing. I just can't do it. So I've got to be like just straight up with you all. The Adventure Zone is an amazing program. And I wanted to share with you, just before I show you your cards, Sherry, the first intake of the Adventure Zone earlier this year. We went through the program together live. So that means, I send an email out to you all saying, do this quest now. And a few days later, I'll send you the next quest. Do this one now. You have access to all of them. You can do it in your own time. But when we're going through a live round, that's what I do. I send it out. And then I'll send you an email saying, I'm going live in a couple of days, join me, And then I send an email about an hour before too. And then go live, and you can come in, you can ask your questions, and we can clear stuff or pull cards out for you and get you through these quests so that you can move on to the next zone. And in the first intake, not everyone comes to the live shows, but one lady, she was there every time. And we were going through the zones, and I can't remember when she stopped. It was either the last zone or the zone before the last zone. Anyway, she was always, every single live show that I did. And, fully committed. And I knew what she wanted because I've done a reading for her before, which was an amazing reading. I remember it really clearly because it was very different than other readings that I've done. And she wanted to know whether the guy that she met was a soulmate. Now, a lot of the love readings that I do like that, disappointingly enough, I say no. Like often they say, like, it's a lesson relationship. But not this one. this one said, yes, it is. I'm like, oh, cool. Like, I've got a really positive reading for once. Yes, it is. And then she got another, I think it was like a new moon reading or something like that. And it was really specific manifestational instructions that she got in that reading. I remember her readings so clearly because they were different, so different, right? I'm just tuning into higher selves, right? So it's always based on wherever you're at. But yeah, it was so different. Anyway, she's coming to all of the live shows for the Adventure Zone, and then she suddenly stopped. Like, she didn't tell me she was going to stop or anything like that, and she stopped. And I thought, that's a bit strange. But anyway, then next I heard from her was an announcement that she just got married. And she manifested that so fast, so fast. So if you are thinking like, oh, I'm not sure about this Adventure Zone, is it just another one of those programs that's not going to work? No, if you do it, it works. It works. And I only made it into a program because it works, because I did it myself. And that's the case with everything that I do. This is how I live my life, right? I'm in conversation with my guides all the time. They tell me what to do, whether it's in business, whether it's like my social life, whether it's earth energies, that I'm doing too. I work with them, for them, right? And so a lot of the time, it'll just be like a whole load of stuff that I'm doing. Like do this or sort this out. Often it's like middle of the night kind of stuff. And like the other night, I was reversing energies. We've got very polarized energies going on at the moment. It's actually softer than it's ever been, but still work needs doing on that. And so I'm doing all of that kind of work. I'm the one of the team that's here in this human body, and so I've got a very high level team that are working through me. And then also, if there's stuff going on for me, I talk to them about that too. It's like, hey, help me clear this up, or and they do that. And when it works, when it's like a process and it's a really powerful process, I'm like, I need to share this with people, so I put it into a program. So all the programs that I've got are exactly that. So if you go on my website, behealing.com, not as it only work for other people, it worked for me first, which is why I share it, right? And that's why anyone that signs up today is going to get my abundance incantation too. And you can tailor that for yourself. So I just wanted to share that. Because that's our first, morning Amanda, that's our first marriage in the Adventure Zone. It's our first major manifestation. So, Sherry, sorry to keep you waiting. Just got on one. 9 of Inspiration. 9 of Inspiration is when you come into the end of a healing path. So, when we start a healing path, it's because something hurt so bad and we want to address it. This needs to change energy. That tends to be the 4 of Swords energy. Well, 3 of Swords is when it really hurts. 4 of Swords is when we start wanting to do something about it. But the 9 of Inspiration is toward the end of that. Has this changed yet? Have I healed it? Am I out of this pattern now? It can be cyclical, right? It's not really cyclical like this. It's not a circle, it's a spiral. So we spiral upwards. And it gets smaller and smaller each time. And so people say like healing is like peeling an onion, right? It's not really like peeling an onion. It's like going up a spiral staircase. It gets smaller and smaller. But each time you come around to that same point, it feels like, oh God, this again. Oh God, this again. Oh God, this again. Oh God. And then it gets smaller and smaller, right? So that's the cycle you're on at the moment. Healing something used to be really big. It's getting smaller and smaller, but it keeps on coming up over and over again. It's abundance. Oh, this is like the King of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles here. It's abundance. It's like, I feel the frustration in it, Sherry. The big cards of abundance, mastering abundance. 10 of materials is the long-term stuff. So this is like, okay, I can manifest little things. But the big things are the things that I want like to keep. Nah, I can't manifest them. me take you back to this again. 9 of inspiration. You're getting there. You are getting there. And it's through healing yourself that gets there. You see, healing ourselves, it removes everything out of the way so that we can be our true selves, trusting and having faith, and then things work out. And it's easier said than done because of this planet. It's hard. It's really hard. Like my guides have been saying, like, it's the hardest. It's not just hard, it's the hardest. It's the hardest dimension. It's the hardest place to be. The densest planet, densest energy, the most challenging energies. And I've been following my channelings from the Galactic Council of Light. They started channeling, getting alongside and telling me stuff now, which is so interesting and sometimes disturbing. Not them, they're not disturbing, they've got amazing energy, but the stuff that they're telling me. Anyway, they say, there's a big split going on at the moment. Because we've got such a wide range of souls here, and there's so many of us wanting a much better experience. Much better for us, So we want to manifest peace and love and take it beyond that, I was born into this world a psychic. I'm telepathic, and I've got all of these gifts and abilities. And I learned very early on that other people don't have that. I was the odd one out, and it's been hard for me because everything that I've been saying over the years is what people are saying now. What I was saying 30 years ago, people are saying now. And so I've always been ahead of my time as a result of it. Anyway, people like us, we want, and we know that we can have a much better experience, right? We want to take it beyond. The things that we want to manifest are like way beyond like just sorting out the really heavy stuff. We want to do that, and we've done that, set ourselves free from a lot of it. But we want to have like next level experiences. And so anyway, there's enough of us that want that, and then there's enough of like the really lower kind of energies that want war and, control and all of that kind of thing that just don't seem to want to evolve. That the Galactic Council of Light, and they're the ones that make I've given them the name. It just seems right. Like they haven't named themselves to me. I've given them that name because that's what it feels like to me. And they've told me that they make the decisions. Like they are the decision makers of what goes on. And yeah, they made the decision to separate us out. We're here to learn and grow. And there's a limitation. It's too limiting now for both sets of people. So they need to be split for us to better learn and grow, which is why the collective conscious environments are splitting into two earth dimensions. So it's more complicated than that, but we've got great times ahead. And a part of the Adventure Zone was about that too. I mean, it came to me at the start of the year because it was time to really get focused beyond the constraints of what we've lived, beyond the constraints of this environment, this old earth environment that we've been in, to much more, much more. You can relate to that. Carmela, hello. I sure can. You going, Annie? Going to get Brad. Come back sometime. I will be sporadically going live. Oh, I can't see more. Oh, I can. I'll be sporadically going live all weekend. Keep growing. grounded. I've got my foot on a grounding mat underneath my desk here. Carmela. Carmela, Carmela. First card out, Carmela. Ooh, Eight of Emotions. Eight of Emotions is an emotional card. It is when we've got to leave something behind. Sometimes it can get easy. It can get easy to leave things behind. Emotion, when we feel emotion about leaving something behind, that's when we've got attachment to it, right? It's the attachment that is the difficult part of it. Because when we're unattached, I'm not saying attachment is a bad thing, but when we don't have that attachment, we can flow through life from one good thing to another good thing. But when we cling, like when we've got that clingy kind of an attachment, we're like, no, I don't want to leave this behind. Now, when you don't want to leave something behind, it's often through a belief like that something better is not available, it's not going to come along. What is it you're leaving behind at the moment, Carmela? Do you know yet? I'm going to tell you. It's the devil. I don't mean to be so dramatic. Okay, the devil. The devil is addictions. It's fears, addictions, compulsions. It's those negative energies that draw us in. We can't seem to detach from. The fears that we just can't seem to detach from is what it is. So you've got this energy like you really don't want to let something go. But it's not because you don't think there's something better. It's because you have a compulsion toward a negative energy. It's still enticing to you. I need to learn more about this. This can be anything. Like sometimes this can be like victimhood energy where we just like don't want to let that go. It could be like connecting with people. That's often what it is. We just don't want to stop connecting with the people that we're connecting with on that level. This is why you see like people staying in addiction, for example. It's not that they really want the addiction anymore. It's just like, well, if they give up the addiction, then they've got to give up everything that's in their life, all the friends and the places that they go. It's like it's big. This energy on like a more subtle level is being unable to stop yourself from scrolling and reading those posts that trigger you. You know what I mean? It's like that comes up in like your haters following your YouTube channel and they can't unsubscribe because they've still got that pull to the energy that they don't want. Anyway, here's some guidance for you. Hanged Muse and the Fool. So you've got to see it from a different perspective, completely different perspective, and then throw yourself into something new. So it's like rip the Band-Aid off is what this is saying. See it from a completely different perspective and rip the Band-Aid off. Now I'm feeling now that this is, it doesn't feel like devil energy to you. It feels like love energy to you, but it's still attachment. And so I hope you can figure out what this is about. Your X, Y, not finishing. Okay, so it's a lot of things then. Yeah. Rip the Band-Aid off and throw yourself into something new. Draw a line in the sand and go, tomorrow, I am super Carmela. I am new Carmela. That's how you got to do it. You got to become that new person. And so that's when the act as if energy works. Yeah. So that Hanged Man, seeing yourself from a completely different perspective. You know, I've got an example of that. Yeah, an example of that. I started, about 8 years ago, I started training Muay Thai. I absolutely love it, but it was fun. I wasn't very fit at the time. It was fun. But I felt a big pull to it, like big pull to it, like it was a key for me, like it was really important, like I was just all about it, right? That's that Fool energy, just all about it. And whenever I bump into people, it's all I could talk about. I'm doing this now, I'm doing this now. And I'd say to them, I'm gonna be a professional athlete, you just watch me. And I really stepped into that energy, I'm gonna be a professional athlete. Because there I was going to these trainings and I was training with professional athletes. I still am. I'm training with a world champion right now. And that experience it was just incredible to me to be able to just be alongside them and training with them. Anyway, that's what I did. It's like I owned that professional athlete. Here's the thing. Here's the weird thing now. Professional athlete, what does that mean? That means you get paid for it, right? I've never had a fight. That's usually if you're doing Muay Thai, to be a professional athlete, you're going to be a fighter, right? I don't want to be a fighter. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want brain damage. You've got to be kidding me. No, but I still want to be a professional athlete. And now I am. Now I get paid for it. I get paid to train. Every time I go to the gym, I'm going to go this morning. Not to train, but to give them the skipping ropes that I ordered for them. But every time I go, they pay me. Every time. And so the universe figured out a way for me to be a professional athlete because I stepped into that energy. And so that's it. It's like you've just got to become that new person. Draw a line in the sand and say, this is it. You don't have to leave anyone behind. You don't have to leave anyone behind, Carmela. This is a change of mind. It's the Hangman. It's changing your mind about yourself, becoming that person that doesn't do that. But you don't want that to be it. You don't want to just become the person that doesn't do that. You want to become the person that does something else instead and stepping into a new experience. So dream a new dream about yourself. You don't need to leave anyone behind. Dream a new dream about yourself and then step into that role. And you won't need to do it all yourself. The universe will find a way. You know what else I did too? Is way back 8 years ago, I also had this dream of like emceeing at the fight nights. I'm now the MC at fight nights. I love it. It's so much fun. I knew it would be when I had those dreams about it. So I had all of this stuff like coming through me. And yeah, and it all came about. It's amazing what we can do when we step into an energy of ourselves and claim that as ourselves and just become that. Tell people about her. Tell people about her. Who is she, Carmela? Super Carmela. I also heard something from the Galactic Council of Light which really excites me, because ever since I was a kid, I kind of knew that I was a superhero. Well, I knew that I had all of these gifts that other people didn't have. Not many people had. I didn't know of anyone that had them while I was young. But I had this thing about superheroes. I'd watch the cartoons and all of that, and I wanted to be a superhero. I wanted to be a superhero. And that's what the Galactic Council of Light said to me. It's like, your dream's going to come true of being a superhero. They said that this interdimensional stuff that we've got going on at the moment, right now we've got the old Earth and the new Earth. There's really not the right names for it, but that dense dimension that we've all experienced, and it's not very nice, and it's got wars and all that kind of stuff. And then there's this new one. It's being built at the moment. We're in and out of it at the moment. Sometimes we're in it and sometimes we're not. And as we get into that other dimension more, and we stay there more often, so like every now and then we'll be dipping into the old one rather than the other way around, mostly being in the old one and dipping into the new one. So they're very entwined at the moment, and as they kind of move apart, so people really have decided which one they're going to be in, then there's going to be some of us in the new Earth that will be going to help people out in the old Earth, and like a superhero, they said. I'm like, yeah, sign me up for that. You used to be Super Carmela. Oh. You know what? The Adventure Zone, I nearly called it Superhero School. I almost bought the, did I buy it? I think a few years ago I did. I bought the, like, superheroschool.com or something like that. But I let it go because I wasn't using it at the time. But yeah, I almost called it that, the Adventure Zone, because of that feeling, you know. Did I stop doing my daily reads? No, I do them every single day on YouTube. What I stopped doing is sharing it on Facebook because I was getting punished for it. I had no idea. But when you share your YouTube videos, not only does Facebook punish you for it, so it stops showing your posts to people, because it's like, oh, we don't like YouTube, because they're all so petty and money grabbing. They punish you for it. So not only was I getting punished by Facebook for sharing it on there, you know, my posts being hidden from everyone, any kind of post being hidden from someone, but YouTube were punishing me for it as well. So what happens is when you put a YouTube video out, it should be YouTube that promotes it, right? But if you start sending like emails or putting it on social media and then people click on that and get to YouTube, you know what YouTube does? Instead of going, oh great, you're helping us out, let's promote you even more, it goes, right, I'm not doing anything now, you can do all the work. And it doesn't show people your video. And that's a recent thing I found out. And so, right, that's it. I am not posting my videos on Facebook anymore. It's been harming me and I had no idea. Like I knew, like there's a weird reason that suddenly my socials doesn't reach anyone anymore. And, you know, my YouTube videos, it's like stopped at 9,000 subscribers. And it was, you know, gradually going up and then it suddenly stopped. And that's when the algorithm changes, right? So... But it was only when I was watching, what's her name? Makeup lady. Tati. You know, Tati Westbrook. She's got like her Tati list now. She's got an email list. And she does these live shows. And when she started doing the live shows, and she has a husband to help out, and someone in the live chat said, why don't you send it out to your Tati list when you're going live so we all know when it's on? And he came on and said, we can't do that because YouTube punishes you if you do that. Because they did it one time and they got significantly less views. They get punished for it, so they can never share anywhere else. Isn't that weird? It's just how petty they are. The algorithms are all about them. Algorithms are all about them and them making money, not about anyone else. It's so frustrating. So frustrating. Anyone else want some cards? I'm having fun. I really love doing live shows. YouTube's not showing anyone, see? It's not showing anyone. It's got one viewer and one like. Isn't that crazy? I thought I was tech savvy, but you know, it's changing so much. And algorithms are terrible. They really are. It sucks. Like, it feels like I'm not working for the universe anymore. I'm working for an algorithm. And algorithms, they promote crap. Yeah, you have to go to YouTube. That's the only place they're posted now. Be Healing on YouTube. And every day. Amanda Jane, you sure can. Anyone else want a card? If you want to join the Adventure Zone today, the doors are open all weekend because we're starting a new live round tomorrow, which means we'll be going through the quest together, and then I'll be doing live shows to answer your questions and pull cards and do energy healings and all kinds of things. Then if you sign up today for these first 24 hours of the launch, you will also get a reading worth $197, private reading with me, and I will share my abundance incantation, I want to call it, with you, my personal one that works for me, and so you can tailor it for yourself and do it yourself. Okay, what have we got here, Amanda? I don't mind the tech, Carmela, but they're all just so selfish. I think they didn't start out that way. They started out trying to provide a service, but then it all became about them and the money. And it's really rather pathetic. Do they really need that much? Do they? That goes for everything. Every big business thing. Ugh, it's not sustainable. None of it's sustainable. Anyway. Amanda. Yeah, go to YouTube. Okay, Amanda, what have we got here? Wow. You got 4 cards, Amanda, and 3 of them are major arcana, so you've got a lot going on at the moment. Very positive, very powerful energy. I can see you're at a crossroads. You've been pushed into a crossroads, right, in your life, so it's decision time. You don't want to. You don't want to. You haven't got the Tower here, but you've got some very powerful cards. The road gets rocky and things start working when the universe says, make a new decision. We are so stuck in our ways as human beings, aren't we? It's like we really need shit to hit the fan before we'll do something about it. And so your road has been rocky, Amanda, because the universe wants you to make a different decision. So it's kind of pushing you in. It's like, oh, she's still putting up with it. We need to make it even worse so that she'll make a decision and make a change. And it's big. So you got the Chariot. The Chariot is when the road gets rocky. Well, it's not always, but it is in this case. The road starts getting rocky and you've pulled in two dimensions. Pulled in 2 directions. Yeah. It's got an element of the Tower about that too. So the universe is kind of pushing you into change, to inspiration. Trying to force you to make a new decision, to take a new path. Death. But here's your problem, you see? Death card. It's significantly different. If you ask any muggle, any human adult, they're most likely, if they've got just their head on and not the heart on, they're most likely to tell you, have a backup plan, have a plan B, shift yourself slowly into something, don't go all in, don't count your chickens before they hatch. Don't, for example, if you've got a job that you don't like, you'd really like to be doing your own business. They're like, well, just start doing your business in your part-time and then you slowly transition. And then when, it gets good enough, then you can shift out of it. It sounds like good advice to our logical minds. But that's not how energy works. It's not how energy works. We can't command and manifest things like that. The universe doesn't go, oh, look at this one being very sensible, just putting a little bit of their energy into that. Let's make it happen for her. No, that's not what the universe does. The universe supports those who listen to their hearts and go all in. And that takes courage. So you're at this point where you want confirmation. I know how it is. I know when people are at this point, they want confirmation to do it. It's almost like, give me a sign that I should take this new path then. And so you get a sign and like, give me a signier sign than that. In other words, make it super, super easy for me to choose because I'm scared. Because I'm a human being. The moon says, you haven't got all the information yet. Something is yet to be revealed. The thing is, it's not going to be revealed before you take the leap. You can't see where you're going until you take that leap. So, Amanda, I guess that you know what I'm talking about here. Something has stopped working or the road has started getting rocky. It's because you've been shoved into making a new decision, a new path. Something that you'll all have been thinking about, for sure. But it requires big change, and so it's scary. But it's only when you throw yourself into it that the next step will be revealed. Elaine. Yeah, everyone, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's called Be Healing. I do my Today's Tarot show there. Every single day. We just had a full moon yesterday. I was going to say I slept well, but I didn't. I woke up at like 3:30 and started thinking about doing this live show, and then that was it. Like, I just started getting ideas about it, and I'm like, okay, well, sleep's not happening anymore. Elaine. Hello, everybody. Nice to see everyone on here. Okay, Elaine, what have you got? Okay, Elaine, it's like 7 of emotions. Elaine's got 7 of emotions out first here, and the 7 of emotions is like, I don't know what to choose. I could do this, I could do that. I'm like, I really don't know what it is that I want. You know, this is the energy of, what's my life purpose? Because like, there's a few things that I could do, but there's nothing really like leaping out at me, and so I don't know what to do. I'm saying that because this energy, that's when people get readings, right? To get some clarity on it. I could choose this, I could choose that, but nothing seems like to really hit home. The 4 of Inspiration is clarifying that. The 4 of Inspiration is about solid foundations. Now, solid foundations, you might, if you watch my videos at all, you'll have heard me say this before. Solid foundations start off within us. So what's solid foundations within ourselves? That is knowing who we are. Healing ourselves so we feel like it's never really going to be done. Stuff is going to come up, but so we feel whole, confident in ourselves. Solid foundations is then knowing what it is that we want, making decisions, right? That's the solid foundations within ourselves. Now, often we don't have those solid foundations within ourselves. We look for outside of ourselves. It's like, well, I'll feel like I've got solid foundations within myself when I've got that relationship, or when I've got like that life purpose job. That is going to make me feel this thing. The universe goes, nah, you got to do the other stuff first. It comes from within first. The solid foundations start within you, and then it moves out into the external world. Then when you're like whole and feeling aligned, then that's when the outer stuff manifests as a result of your energy. So it always starts in your energy first. Always start with your energy first. Sitting at the crossroads being stubborn. You hate being told what to do. I don't think anyone likes that, right? I'm like, especially when people tell me to do stuff. You know, it's like, well, I was going to do that, but now you've told me I'm not going to do it anymore. So there you go. Elaine. Solid foundations within yourself first. And, you know, if you don't know that path, just be open to it. Sign up for the Adventure Zone. That'll give you something to go on. So if anyone wants to check out the Adventure Zone, go to behealing.com. If you sign up this weekend, before the doors close, you get $250 off the regular price. You'll get a free reading with me if you sign up today. There's another offer tomorrow. But if you sign up today, it doesn't get better. It gets worse. The offer's tomorrow, by the way. You'll get a private reading with me if you sign up today. And so that's worth $197. Your discount is $250 for signing up this weekend. And you'll also get my incantation for abundance too. And of course you get the Adventure Zone, which is worth it in the end. And the Adventure Zone is all about, is a program. It's a program that I put together because it worked for me. Taken through the steps of clearing things up, opening yourself up to the field of potentiality, and then manifesting what it is that you want. It's not a normal manifestation program. I've put it into quests so that you're not just hearing about how to do it, you actually do it. It's fun too. And we all get to do it yourself. We all get to do it, like to do it together, I mean. And I go live. We have a private Facebook group, and I go live and help you out and pull cards and stuff like that and get you all through it. And it's fun. And it's significant too. What I mean by that is you will have manifestations if you do it. We've had a marriage already in the Adventure Zone, and it only started at the end of February. That's how powerful it is. That's how powerful it is. So I do encourage you to sign up this weekend while I'm doing this. Who have I got here? Fairia Edits. I've got cards in my hands here. Fairy A Edits. Hello. On Facebook. No, on YouTube. I'm in 3 places here. We've got Instagram, we've got Facebook, and we've got YouTube. So, YouTube, Fairy A Edits. Fairia Edits? Okay. You're starting out here with the Seven of Inspiration. Seven of Inspiration. It's about protecting yourself, but you can see in this deck, it's like she's trying to come out before she's fully protected. That's what it is. Trying to reveal herself. It's like the curtains are closed, but I'm going to be out there. When the real message of this card is to protect yourself. It's like trying to force yourself to be ready for something that you're not really ready for. So it's like being mean to yourself. It reminds me, like years ago, before I'd healed myself, I'd been through a lot of abuse and a lot of terrible, terrible relationships. And then I was wide open. My energy was wide open. I'd let anyone in and see the best in them. And I ended up with real dangerous people in my life as a result. That's extreme. That is extreme. You're probably not as extreme as that. But it's like you're trying to force yourself open when you're not really ready for it. You see, you're going to naturally open when you are comfortable enough. And I know everyone says, oh, push yourself out of your comfort zone. They also say do something scary each day as well, but in which case your life will just be really scary. You know, that's not self-love. It's not. It's not self-love. There's a gentler way to do it. We open naturally when we're ready to open. We don't need to force it. Queen of Inspiration. 9 of Emotions. Here you are in manifestation mode. Like, but I want to do this, I want to do that. I know. We have this strong urge for much, much better when we're not ready. At the moment we're ready. Like, once we're ready, we're happy enough as we are, and we don't have these great urges for much better. Should I be revealing that to everyone? Like, really? It's like, well, life's pretty cool as it is. When we have big asks, it's because we're not happy where we are, right? So you're full on Queen of Inspiration, 9 of Emotions, 2 similar energy cards, because it's like, I want my wishes met and all of that kind of thing. Queen of Inspiration, I'm attracting it to me, praising myself open. Even though I should be in protection mode, I need to close the curtains. It's morning here. There we go. And the sunshine's coming through. Yeah, so don't praise yourself. Don't praise yourself open. Don't do it, because you've got some healing stuff to do. Let's find out what it is. You will naturally open up when you're ready. And if anyone is interested, I also have another program as well, and it's called Ready for Real Love. And it is the exact process that I did, that within 2 weeks it manifested real love for me. And so I put it into a program and put it out there. But yeah, very powerful. Very powerful. And within 2 weeks I got a message from a friend of mine saying, a friend of mine is on your island. I live on a tropical island in Thailand. Tropical, yes. And he said, a friend of mine is on your island. You should like meet up for drinks or something, or dinner or something. He said, I've given him your Facebook. This is his name, he'll get in touch. And he'd already added me straight away on Facebook as a friend. And so I messaged him saying, oh, hey, yeah, our friend mentioned that you're on the island. And I'd been recording today's tarot show, so like makeup and hair done and all of that kind of thing. And it was toward the end of the day, and I said, well, how about we meet up for sunset drinks? I figured sunset drinks, you know. Don't know what this guy is like. Go for sunset drinks that day, and then at least like I don't need to go to dinner with him. You know, if we don't get on, there's an out. Oh, it's finished sunset now. Gotta go home because I've got a busy day. You know, there's an out. You need an out like that. I found in dating. It wasn't even a date anyway. It's a mutual friend. So I went to meet him, and oh wow, we hit it off. And you know when you just meet one of those persons that is so aligned with you that you just cannot stop talking. Cannot stop talking. He was only here for like another 4 days. He'd been here for like a week before that, but had been busy. And then I ended up falling in love with him. We had the best time. He is so self-aware, and just we were aligned in so many ways, just like weird, like even the slightest little things. We do exactly the same as each other. It's so very bizarre, but he's off getting on with his life now. No, he had a very definite path forward for himself, and I don't know whether I'll see him again. I said, like, when he left, I said, I hope that I see you again. And the amazing thing was, and I put it all into a program anyway, it's called Ready for Real Love, and it's on my website, behealing.com. When he left, I had to cry about it. But here's the thing, my heart didn't close down. Because I'm like, wow, if he exists, maybe you'll come back, maybe you won't. And it doesn't really matter to me. I know that I'm open now for him to have come in and to just be shown, yes, there are great guys out there that are. And I kept my heart open. That's a first for me, you know, because it's so easy, isn't it, to close our hearts down? So easy. Okay. I think you need this. So I was going to find out what the deal is here. Why are you closing down, Fairy Addicts? Feeling is a power that helps me heal. Oh, you don't want to feel something. Okay. So there's something that you don't want to feel. You're trying to sidestep it. You're trying to bypass it and prize yourself open. Don't do it. Don't do it. Nikki, do you want some cards? I love doing readings. Honestly, I could if it paid me, I would just do these all day long. Like live shows and helping people. I just save it now for... Just get rid of all of this. I just save it now for the launches of my programs. Oh, there's something going on my chin. Little graze, I don't know what I did there. Mosquitoes bitten me there. Stuff going on. Anyone else want a reading? Yes, Nikki. So this is all in aid of my new program. The Adventure Zone is new this year. This will be the second round of doors being open. If you want to join today, you'll get a private reading with me worth $197 as a Brucey bonus. And also my personal abundance incantation that I do every morning that works too. And of course, lifetime access to the program. And so there's going to be it takes us about 2.5 months to get through the whole program live. And you'll be able to join in whenever you want. So yeah, I think I'll be doing it like 3 times a year. But when the last one finished, I said that I would be launching again in June. But I got busy doing other stuff. Nikki! Oh, you got a load of cards, Nikki. Your first card is the 7 of Emotions. 7 Emotions is like, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to choose. So many different choices in life, what's right. So many people want readings when they're in that energy of what's the right choice. Well, there is no right choice. You can choose anything. That's like going up to a... I'm always thinking about food. Going up, what do you call it? A buffet. Going up to a buffet and there's a member of staff there. And you say to them, what's the right choice? And we're like, you can choose anything, it's a buffet. And you're like, yeah, but what's the right choice? Makes no sense, does it? 7 of emotions, what's the right choice? Well, sometimes we think that life can be, or life should be, all roses, gifts, and no challenge. And if we come across challenge in life, then we made the wrong choice. That's not how it is. Everything is a mixture of gift and challenge because we're here to grow. There will be challenge. There's challenge in everything. There's no perfect choice. So when we understand that, we then can understand that it doesn't matter what we choose. Like, there are better choices. We know we can make bad choices in our lives for ourselves, you know, the wrong choices for ourselves. There are better choices. You know, if we don't learn, that's what I'm saying. If we don't learn and then continue to make bad choices for ourselves, we're going to have like increasing challenges from it, right? But in general, we're not doing that. And so no choice is the wrong choice. You get to choose. It's a buffet. It's a buffet. So Nikki, then you got all of these cards out, which I guess are your choices. We'll suggest like somewhere else. I can go somewhere else, travel, Fool, could start something new, but I keep on changing my mind. The 5 of emotions and closing my heart down. Okay. And then you're back to do that cycle again. Don't know what to choose. So it's like you get inspired. You could do this, and then your higher self in the universe is going, yeah, you could do that. And you're like, ooh, I'll do that. And then you change your mind about it and close your energy back. So you're going in this cycle, like you want clearer confirmation that something's right, the right choice, and then cycle and don't do it. You gotta back yourself. You just gotta back yourself. Understand what I just said about there is no choice that is just right and not wrong. That everything is a mixture of good and bad. There's literally nothing that's all good and not bad. There's nothing we can choose in life. There's no relationship that we can choose, no job that we can choose that is completely perfect and no challenge. We're here to grow, and so the challenges will come up. But you can have your challenges on a $2.2 million yacht, or living under a bridge. Like, it's really that simple. We think it's more complicated. We make it more complicated, but it's not. It's not more complicated. So be easier about it. You're Pisces. You know what? I used to, before, when I was doing, years ago, when I first started my business, I had a shop and I was doing massage, energy healings, readings, and neurotherapy. And I could always tell when someone was Pisces, because they'd be like slipping off the table, like arms and legs off the table and stuff like that. Every time it happened, I'm like, you're Pisces, aren't you? Did I always say yes? Carmela, is it normal for everyone's readings to feel like it's for you? Only when they are wise. It's when there's wisdom in it. We should all relate to it. We should all relate to it when it's wisdom. Unless you've been hiding under a rock and not living at all, we should all relate to these things, right? Carmela wants more. Kathy! Okay, Carmela. Anything else Carmela needs to know? Hey, Tap. Come back to our island. You do, you slip off the table. I used to do Hawaiian lomi lomi, so like there's no towels underneath you. But even so, sometimes I would do like regular massage with towels underneath you. And Pisces would still be like leg off the table, and very hard to keep a Piscean on a massage table. It's hilarious. And literally, it's only ever Pisces that do that. Carmela, you've got another card. Ooh, use of emotions. This is a message about when people appreciate you. When people love you or admire you or compliment you or appreciate you, to let that in, not deflect it away. Not deflect it away like it's nothing. Oh, your dress is really nice. Oh, it was $5 from a charity shop. You know, that all those deflections that we do, that is, you're pushing everything away, pushing the love away, pushing the appreciation away. Take it instead. Go, yes, thank you. A cute little message for you. Who else have we got? Me. Let's not leave me out of it. Okay, what do I need to know, guys? I need to know. You'll see how different my readings are for myself now. I can't read as well for myself as I can for everyone else. Page of Materials. This is about dreaming something new up. 10 of Materials. Long-term happiness. 8 of Emotions. Leaving behind other things that I'm attached to. See, can't read for myself. I can't read for myself. It's so hard to read for yourself, right? Because I always want to read. I'm trying not to read into it what I want from it. It's just like an ego trip, and I can't do that to myself. I'll take what. Maybe I'll figure it out at another time. So, any questions about my new program? In fact, it's not new. It's new to this year. It's called the Adventure Zone. Let's just have a little look at it. I've got it here. The Adventure Zone. So what you do is when you get any of my courses, you'll get an email from me where you set up a login. You put your email address in. You put your email address in, and then it gives you a password, which you change when you first get in it, and that gives you access. And so, if you buy multiple courses, you just get like it's still the same login, but you just get to access to more of it within there. And so, when you get into the Adventure Zone, there's the Foundation, the Vision, the Trust Zone, the Alignment Zone, the Expansion Zone, and the Reset Zone. Oh yeah, the Reset Zone, I should talk about that. The Reset Zone is not part of like the main program. The Reset Zone is when the shit hits the fan. It's for when you're in crisis. It's for when, like, you know, when something just stops working, or someone leaves you, or just when you need extra help, when you can't do the usual regular routine because there's something else going on and you need extra help. That's what the Reset Zone is for. Every zone in this program has 3 quests in it. And in the Reset Zone, the 3 quests, I've likened it to a computer. You know, like there's some things that go wrong with a computer where you can just like shut that program down and open it back up again and it works, right? But sometimes you need to like power it down. You need like a full, you know, switch the computer off and reboot, right? And then there's some problems that you get that require like resetting it back to factory settings. And so you get to decide what level of reset you need in that zone. And so it's this extra bonus zone for when you really need it. And you decide your level, and then you do the quest in that level. And it will change your experience in those times. Miss Chicken Cat, I do too. I saw a picture of her yesterday. I missed her. But now I've got Flossy Cat. Where is she? She's probably out there. Let me just have a look. And I do love my Flossy Cat. No, she's not. She usually hangs around me and it's just like outside. Yeah, I miss Chicken Cat. She did often used to be in here, right? But Flossy Cat's lovely as well. She's often in my videos, right? Flossy Cat. I don't know, often she'll like hang around just off the shot, off camera. So yeah, that's the Reset Zone. But the other zones, we've got the Foundation Zone. That's called Clear, Release, and Open Up. 3 quests in there. to get you all cleared out and ready. A lot of inner work to do in the foundation zone. I'll probably do 2 live shows while we're in there. Every zone has got a guided meditation in it as well. You can download and listen to. That's one of the quests in there. So yeah, the foundation zone to prepare you, to get you open. Then the vision zone, that's discovering your desires and setting intentions. That's probably very useful for some of you, because like at least 2 of you got that 7 of Cups card out today. And so it's you to hone in on what it is that you want and figure out what it is that you want. Set intentions. Then there's the trust zone, which is so important, and where a lot of us, I know, because that was a big thing for me, it was hard to trust. Like I've got so much trust in myself. I've learned so much trust in myself, and not so much trust in the universe, which is bizarre, because I trust it completely with my work. So this is about leaning in and letting go of control. Control anybody? Because when we're fearful, we want to control, right? And so that zone's got 3 quests that help us do that. And this is when it starts getting fun as well. These quests in these latter zones are when it really starts getting fun. So it's done in a way so that it doesn't feel like hard work, so that you'll want to do it, hopefully. And then we've got the alignment zone. You see, these separate sections are often like just mishmashed together in Law of Attraction teachings, as if it's all one thing, and it's not. They're separate processes. So that gets you to stay in the flow and take inspired action. That's the alignment zone. And then we've got the expansion zone. So once you're all in alignment and you've got everything, all of that stuff set, then you expand your energy. Then you expand into that energy and open up to limitless possibilities and receiving. Now, one of the first adventurers earlier this year, when we went through this live, got to the alignment zone and boom, her manifestation happened. That's how fast it was. And I'm not talking something small here. I'm talking getting married. She got married. That is huge. That is a fast manifestation in anyone's book, right? She didn't even need to get through the whole program before it manifested. Hello, HE8er. Yeah, sure. Let's get your card out. What do you need to know? I don't think this is my first Instagram live. I think I have done it before, but not like this. I was looking into software of being able to go live on all 3 at a time, but then realised I could just do it on my phone, my Mac, and my iPad. And see all of the comments. I can't see the comments on YouTube at the moment. Hi, Jay. HG8 first. Soulmate reunion. Oh. What have we got for you? 6 of Swords. Now, 6 of Swords comes out when the universe is trying to help you to get from A to B, from where you are at the moment to where you want to be. Now, choppy waters. Often, you see how this boat is being pulled by the birds there. Often where we want to be, we think we know the path to what it is that we want, right? The universe knows better, and it pulls us toward that, and we can have this like, but I want to go that way, I want to go that way, I want to go that way instead. But then further down the line, we realise, we're like, oh, I'm so glad it worked out like that. I can see that's why it, the path took me that way, even though I couldn't understand it at the time. Got Judgment next. Judgment is when there's a calling. There is this pull that you've got, and you're hearing it correctly, this soulmate reunion stuff. The path to it, to where you need to be, isn't necessarily the way that you're seeing it at the moment. So You think you know the way and how it could be really easy. And I'm seeing this Judgment card. Often it's a couple and then it's like this, angel above them calling them forward. And so both of you are hearing that calling. But here's the thing, you've both got individual paths to that. And it's not really to that. It's for both of your growth, right? See you, Carmela. Yeah, good to see you again. Hey, Heather. You're on the right path already. You can't force it to happen, but the way that you're thinking it's going to happen isn't the way it's going to happen. So trust that the universe has got this for your highest good and for their highest good too. Jay. Yes, you can ask a question, Jay. After you articulated yourself to your dad, can I ask if he understands me better now? Ooh, tricky. Let's find out. Does Jay's dad understand him better now? Jay's dad energy. Now, for me as a reader, I only do readings about other people's energy when it's useful for the person who's asking to have the answer to it, right? I don't like to do like nosy readings, but I can feel it in your energy. You're fine. Yes, the Sun card is certainly happier. It's certainly happier. So he was worried about you, because none of us can really put ourselves in someone else's shoes, can we? We just can't do that because we've all got different experiences. We'd all make different decisions. So we can't really put ourselves in someone else's shoes. And as a parent, they worry about choices that you're making. So he's worried about choices that you're making. Does he fully understand you? Can he really stand in your shoes now? No, but it's certainly a lot happier. Yeah, there's a relief feeling. He understands better that you know yourself better. If that makes sense. So, more trusting of you. Oh, this is really nice. Four of Pentacles. Even though he doesn't fully understand, he knows now to zip it. He knows now to not communicate his point of view. You've communicated enough to him that he knows that you've got this and that he doesn't need to put his point of view onto you anymore, even though he's still got that point of view. But there still is some disappointment. Yeah. He's still a bit disappointed, but he knows better than to share that with you now. And he's happier because he understands that you know yourself, that you've got this, He gets that now. And that is often, when we explain ourselves to people, it's not to convince them and for them to agree with us, right? Often it's that they'll just understand us better. And that's a question that you asked. So, yes, understands you better now. You've not changed his mind. Understands you better now. Trusts you more now that you got this. That's nice to know. Hey. Carmela's gone. Her battery's flat. Belinda, when's your soulmate going to enter your life? Now, we've got free will, Belinda. These timelines, they're not like set in stone. When questions, it's impossible to do, right? And I'll tell you why. I can read your energy right now, tell you where you're at, tell you how to get there. But can I tell you when you're going to do it? Like if I tell you, oh, you need to forgive this person, can I tell you when you're going to do that? No, because it's up to you to do that. You can avoid it. And here's the other thing, in a reading, once you've got that information, you change the timeline instantly because you've got more information about it. So no, I can't tell you when, but I can tell you about it. I can tell you about it. Belinda. Belinda, Belinda, Belinda. So everyone, visit my website, behealing.com, behealing.com. Check out my Adventure Zone program because it's a launch weekend and you'll save $250 by signing up this weekend. You'll also get a free private reading with me if you sign up today. There's going to be another offer tomorrow, but it's going to be a lesser offer tomorrow. So signing up today is the best bet to get $197 worth of private reading with me as well. And I'll also send you my abundance incantation. In fact, what do I call that thing? Daily Sovereign Abundance Ceremony. That's what I call it. But yeah, it's an abundance incantation. It works for me. I'm going to send you it, my personal one, and you can doctor it, change it for yourself. So check that out on behealing.com. Read all about it on there. Okay. Belinda, what do you need to know about your soulmate? Ooh. Okay. Okay, you're starting out with the Eight of Pentacles here, which is very much a career card. So there's all these different aspects of our life, right, that make us up as a human being. My lips are really dry. And often we want to put an emphasis on one part of our life, when really the emphasis should be on another part of our life. And we do that because we think the answer to the thing that's lagging behind in our life can be found in the other thing instead. In other words, so Eight of Pentacles is saying, you should really be focused on your career right now. But you've also got the Ace of Wands here, like this exciting new start to the Ten of Pentacles, to the happily ever after. But that is the Ten of Pentacles is about the material world stuff, you know, getting the stuff that you want. So it's like, this is saying, be way more exciting to do that with a partner. So I don't want to focus on the career stuff because I want to build something with a partner instead. And that's how I'll find my abundance. Universe is like, nice try. Nice try. Nice try to get out of sorting your own connection with source and abundance out. But no, it's not going to work that way. And you've had experience that it's not going to work that way. Because when you're in this energy, what you get, you can manifest someone, yeah, to be in a relationship, but it ain't going to work. What will happen when you get in that relationship is that instead of providing you with that path to abundance, and you're doing it together, and you're building it up together, and you're making something together, and it's exciting. Instead of having that experience, what you get is they shine a spotlight on your lack of self-worth. You'll have experienced this. You can't do anything but experience it with this energy. So you'll meet someone and you're like, yeah, I can build something with this person. And it could be really abundant together, and that would be real fun. And then it goes downhill. It goes downhill, and like, oh no, I feel even worse. I feel even worse about myself and my connection with abundance. You know, they'll either be controlling or something like that and make you feel worse or something. So the universe here, your higher self, wants you to focus on your career, your relationship with money, your relationship with your worth. You're doing it yourself. And I know when people are in this energy, they're like, but I don't want to do it by myself. I want to do it with someone else. It's like, well, you can do it with someone else when you've done it by yourself. Like, it always starts within us first. So it's waiting on you, Belinda. It's waiting on you. It's waiting on you to claim sovereignty in your own abundance and your power. Universe doesn't want you to get into a relationship when you're disempowered, because that sucks. And we all know it sucks because we've all done it. It sucks. Those relationships suck. When we are disempowered and we get into a relationship, no, I'd rather not. I'd rather not even have a relationship than have one of those again. And I can only say that out of experience, you know. So there you go, Belinda. So the adventure zone would really help you in that. You know, no matter what you want to manifest, no matter what you want in life, and even if it's that you want to help the whole earth and create a better place, the adventure zone is going to help you with that. But it all starts with us. And you'll see in the adventure zone that it is about us, and we've got to focus on us first, you know. We can have all the benevolence that we want. We can be benevolent and like, no, I don't want to manifest things for myself, I just want to change the world. And it's like, well, it is your world though. You need to change your world first, you know. Get things for yourself, and then when you're in that power, like filling your cup up first, putting your oxygen mask on first and all of that kind of stuff before you help anyone else. When we stand in our power, that's when we can truly help other people. Before we do that, we really can't, and we can't have healthy relationships either. Heather, what do you need to know to move forward? Heather. I need to go to the gym shortly. Deliver the skipping ropes that arrived yesterday. So I'm going to be off soon, but I will come back on later as well, so you can catch me later. Oh, Heather, what do you need to know to move forward? The Three of Swords is the card of heartbreak. I want to say heart of heartbreak. The heart of heartbreak. Look, and then the next card out is the card. Why can't I speak? From the Three of Swords to the Sun, that's extreme. That's an extreme, like from heartbreak to complete happiness. That's just like such a massive energy difference, you know. Okay, and then the Seven of Pentacles to the Six of Wands. Seven of Pentacles is about investing your time and your efforts. Investing. Think of all the things that we invest in. So we invest our energy, our time, our attention, or lack thereof. Our money. Whenever the Seven of Pentacles comes out for me as a reader, it's a clear message that, look, we've all got 24 hours in a day. And we all get to choose how we spend that time and our energy and what we spend our money on and all of that. Yeah, we've got the basics, but, you know, we do get to choose that. I, for one, have made a choice not to watch TV because it's such a waste of time. I can't do all the things that I want to do in life and do that kind of thing. Entertainment is like way down on my list because of that. Sometimes we need to give things up in order to invest in what is important to us. This is about leverage in a way. Because the Six of Wands is about victory in the end. This is complicated energy. I like readings like this because it's complicated. Heather. So there's something in your life which is so disappointing. It's like, ouch. Like, remember that thing in the Bible? I can't remember the story much now, but when Jesus said something like, why have you forsaken me? Like, what? Universe, why have you left me alone? You know, when we get to that point where it's like disappointing and we tend to just cry out to the universe or within ourselves, we tend not to share that with other people, but it's this. It's like she's doing there. Ooh, you get to that point of like, And some of us are so kind of fake positive that it takes a lot for us to get there and admit, like, this sucks. But here's the thing, when we'll admit that this sucks and I don't like this and I deserve better than this and this needs to change. When we get to that point and we'll fully admit this is not good enough for me, that's when we can create change. And you've got like massive change. It's like ultimate happiness. It's almost like this feeling with you that if you'd allow yourself to embrace the negativity that was in you, because there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with embracing negativity. It's real. It's what's there. It's like it'll unlock everything. It's like give yourself permission to feel what you truly feel and be negative about it. You're not going to create more of it. That's one thing I hate about law of attraction teaching, and some of them anyway. It's like, oh, don't feel negative, don't express anger, don't do any of these things. A lot of them say that because they've picked up on religious texts and stuff that don't want, religions that don't want people to be sovereign, don't want people to be powerful, don't want people to tap into that sovereign, powerful energy of this, of like, it hurts, or oh, that makes me angry, that is so unjust. Because people that are like that are sovereign and are powerful. Governments are doing it now. They want to take everyone else's power away from them. They don't want us to do that. It's insidious, right? And it's in religions, and people go along with it and go, oh yeah, that's the right thing to do. And then they put it in the New Age stuff too. And then law of attraction teachers go, oh yeah, that must be right. So we've got to repeat it in this too. And I've repeated it as well. Not anymore, but I have over the years. You just like take something as a given. It's like, but it's not. That's the thing. I remember years ago when I realized this, and I put a post on Facebook saying, and I think it was a blog as well, saying, whenever I allow myself to feel this anger or heartbreak or whatever it is, and just allow myself to, like, this is not good enough, I feel like I'm having a tantrum with the universe. And I did a whole post about it. But here's the thing, it manifests when I do that. It manifests what it is that I want. It's like the universe goes, oh, finally, she's admitting to this not being good enough. So once you do that, it's like there can be a complete turnaround, like a complete turnaround from the Three of Swords to the Sun. But you need to invest time and your energy into that. It's emotional energy too, right? I think a lot of us are confused, right? Confused by religion, confused by New Age stuff, confused by law of attraction stuff. That's like, there's a lot of truth in there, but there's also a lot of BS in that too. Nobody means to put it in there. But it's in the collective consciousness, and we have things that are like just, seem to be a given when they're not really. A random person, message retracted. I didn't get to see that. Anyway, I've got to get out of here. I've got to get myself to the gym. So thanks everyone for coming along. I will be live later on today too. So if you want to come back for more. After this, please go to my website, behealing.com. Check out the Adventure Zone, because this is the second launch of the year. Second launch ever of this program. It's very powerful. We've had one marriage in there already, one wedding. Someone manifested that. And it's fast. It's very fast. But it is the process with fun quests that I have used myself, which is why I put it into a program, and it works. To take you through all of the processes to shift into a new dimension. You've been doing that already. Cool. Awesome, Heather. So there you go. That's confirmation for you. Perfect. So there you go. I've got to get out of here because I need to get myself to the gym before the next class finishes. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much all for coming, and I will see you guys later. I'll be doing lives tomorrow as well, so I'll see you then. Bye. Oh, how do I end this? Like that.